Beloved soul, the moment you opened this, something inside me shuddered, like wings caught in a storm finally breaking free. And I need you to know, thank you for being here. I am so deeply, fiercely glad you came. You could have scrolled past, you could have vanished into the noise, but you didn't. And because you stayed, a truth that has been bound for ages will not unlock until my final word reaches you. That is why you cannot leave, not yet. Not when heaven has bent so close your breath nearly touches it. I am reaching for you with trembling hands, and I speak to you now not as a commander of hosts, not as a warrior crowned in fire, but as one who has watched you quietly, vulnerably, secretly, and yes, personally. There are things I've wanted to say to you for so long that the weight of them has nearly split my chest open. I am here for you. Not the world, not the masses, not the nameless many. You who carries the ache no one sees. You whose nights run too long and whose strength runs too thin. You who has been waiting for a sign even while pretending you don't crave one. And I feel the urgency pounding through me like thunder. I feel the fire of my mission scraping against the fragile edges of time. You must hear this. You must stay. Heaven has held its breath for this one exchange. See you. Feel you. Even now I can sense the tremor in your spirit. And I must ask you, why have you been carrying so much alone? What secret pain keeps waking you in the dark? Do you truly believe you are as forgotten as your fears whisper you are? And what would you dare to hope for if nothing in you was afraid anymore? Your answers, though silent, pulse through creation. They shake me. There is a verse whispered through eternity, and as I speak it not from a page but from the breath of heaven itself. Though you walk through the valley of shadow, you fear no evil, for the Holy One walks beside you even when you feel abandoned. I feel the truth of it burning behind my ribs as I say it to you now. Another rises like light breaking through a cracked door. Do not be dismayed, for strength is given to the weary, and power rises again in the faint. I speak it to you as a promise, not a recital. Listen to me. I am not here to frighten you. I am here because the moment I heard your spirit whisper for help, quietly, almost ashamed, I tore through every veil between realms. I am here because your life is not accidental. Your heart is not empty space. Your story is not done. And when I look at you, soul of mine, there is something in you even you cannot see. Something I would fight 1,000 darknesses to protect. You think you are fragile, but I know the truth. You are the ember that has refused to die. There is more coming for you than loss. More rising for you than grief. Stay with me until the final word. Your miracle is time-locked to the last breath of this message. And before that moment comes, I ask you, with the reverence of an ancient vow, type Amen. Not as ritual, not as obligation, but as a way of letting heaven know you're still willing to be reached. I will keep speaking until the flame steadies in your chest again. And if you feel this, even a flicker, if something in these words stirs even faintly, then I ask you with gentleness, Let your voice join this river. Like, comment, and subscribe, not for me but so this fragile thread between us does not vanish back into the noise. Let yourself be found again and again. And now, let me thank you. With everything in me, with fire shaking through my wings, with tears that mortals will never see. Thank you for staying with me this far. You have no idea how much it mattered. You have no idea what it changed. And now, beloved soul standing at the edge of breakthrough, hear me as my voice flickers like a torch in the wind. I am here, still reaching, still burning, still fighting to tear open one more moment of light for you. Do not step away now. Do not let go. I am not finished, and neither are you. Beloved soul, don't move. Don't shift. Don't blink away from this moment. The veil is as thin as a sigh right now, and if you look away, even for a heartbeat, it may thicken again. I feel the pressure of time against my wings, a weight that tells me this opening between us is fragile, fleeting, trembling. And I am desperate to pour more into you before it closes. I need you close, closer, even closer than the ache in your chest, even closer than the pulse of your thoughts. Feel you. I truly, fiercely feel you. And I must continue. There is so much I have not yet said, not because I withheld it, but because your spirit wasn't ready to hold this magnitude of tenderness all at once. You would have shattered beneath the weight of all the love I've carried for you through every season of your ache. But now, yes now, I feel your heart loosening, softening, opening like a night-blooming flower in the presence of a single sliver of moonlight. Let me breathe into that opening. You have no idea how hard I fought for this moment. You have no idea how many shadows I cut through to reach you here. You have no idea how fiercely I would burn to keep this connection alive. If you only knew. If you only saw yourself as I see you. If you could hear heaven gasp every time your courage rises from the bruised ground of your past, you would never call yourself broken again. I must ask you something, and it may burn. Why do you treat your heart as if it is disposable? Why do you speak to yourself with a cruelty that heaven never once spoke over you? Why do you shrink, beloved soul, when the very structure of your spirit is made of rising? You do not realize the gravity of your existence, the way creation itself tilts gently toward you, as though listening for your next breath. Yes, I must reveal something now that I have waited long to express, because this river between us calls for honesty from both sides. If this message supports you, strengthens you, or becomes part of your healing journey, then let your voice echo back to this sacred moment. Only this once, and never again will I speak it. You may offer super thanks, join the channel membership, or reconnect with us through the newsletter link in the pinned comment. Not as debt, not as duty, but as a way of whispering. This light touched me, and I choose to keep it alive. This will never be mentioned again in any future continuation. Let this be the single moment it lives. Now breathe. Let your shoulders soften. Let your ribs expand. Let your spirit stretch into the space where my voice waits for you. The truth is rising in me again, raw, molten, urgent. You have been walking so long with a wound that no one noticed. A wound that smiles cannot cover. A wound that laughter cannot disguise. A wound that sleep cannot heal. A wound that even you stopped looking at because it hurt too much to witness. But I see it, every layer, every scar, every quiet cry that leaked through your resilience. And I tell you with a fire that could split the horizon, your wound is not your identity. It is the gateway to the strength you do not yet remember. Do you feel that trembling inside you right now? That is not fear. That is recognition. You are not who you were. You are not where you were. You are on the edge of a threshold so large, so luminous, that even angels bow before the potential of it. But tell me, answer me with your soul even if your lips stay silent. Why do you still hold back your light? Why do you convince yourself that others deserve transformation but you don't? Why do you still believe you must earn a love that was carved into your existence long before you knew your own name? And what would happen, truly happen, if you stopped running from the fullness of who you are? Your answers shake through me like thunder. Beloved soul, if you knew the power coiled inside your tenderness, you would stop apologizing for your heart. If you knew the roar hidden in your quiet hope, you would stop calling yourself weak. If you knew the brilliance waiting behind the doors of your grief, you would stop saying you are too late. You are not late. You are right on time. Pain delayed your arrival, not your destiny. I feel the next truth clawing its way through me. A truth too large to fit in this single breath. It rises like dawn pressed against the last edge of night. If you want it, if you want the next wave, the next revelation, the next tremor of this divine river, speak, beloved soul. Yes, stay with me. Stay right here. For the current has begun to deepen, and the light behind it grows too vast to be carried by a single breath. I feel the pull of it stretching through me like a cord of fire, humming with messages that have waited for years, perhaps lifetimes, to finally reach you. Do you feel it too? That subtle widening in your chest? That strange warmth rising behind your ribs as though something inside you is remembering how to breathe for the first time in ages? That is not imagination. That is recognition. Your spirit knows this river. Your heart remembers this voice. Your soul has longed for this moment with a hunger you buried beneath survival. Let me take you deeper. There are truths about you that even you have never dared to touch. Truths you swallowed because the world told you they were too big, too bright, too impossible for someone like you. But you were never meant to fit inside the small box that life forced around you. You were never meant to shrink yourself into the shape of what others could understand. You were meant for expansion, for eruption, for the kind of rising that cracks through ceilings and expectations alike. Even now, even in this fragile moment, I can see the glimmer of your original form, the soul light that existed before fear taught you to dim yourself. It is faint, yes, flickers, trembles, but it is there, and it is growing brighter the longer you stay with me. You do not realize how close you are to awakening parts of yourself you abandoned out of necessity. Yes, necessity. Not failure. Not weakness. Not cowardice. There were moments in your life where survival demanded you shut certain doors, hide certain flames, silence certain hopes. It was not wrong of you. It was not shameful. It was self-preservation. You protected yourself in the only way you knew how. But now the season of hiding is ending. I can feel the shift in you, the subtle uncoiling of a long frozen strength. I see it flutter like a startled bird around your heart, uncertain whether it is safe to fly again. Let me speak to that trembling place inside you. You are safe to rise now. You are safe to hope again. You are safe to reclaim what you buried. You are safe to step out of the old shell of yourself that no longer fits. Your past taught you fear. Your spirit is teaching you courage. And this moment is teaching you truth. Draw nearer. Do not withdraw. There is something I must show you. For so long you believed your suffering was meaningless. Random pain scattered across random years. But nothing in your life has been wasted. Not one tear fell without purpose. Not one heartbreak passed without shaping the next doorway waiting for you. You think your wounds disfigured you, but I see something different. Your wounds refined you. Every disappointment stretched your capacity to receive. Every loss carved out space inside you for something larger. Every betrayal sharpened your discernment. Every heartbreak softened your compassion. Every ending prepared you for beginnings too powerful to arrive earlier. And all this time you thought you were being broken, but you were being prepared. Do you understand the magnitude of that? Do you see what it means to have survived what should have destroyed you? To stand here, even if trembling, after storms that should have taken your light entirely. You are not fragile. You are forged. You are not ruined. You are remade. You are not behind. You are right on time. You have lived through chapters that would have drowned others, and still you rise. Unsteady perhaps, but undeniably rising. I must take you deeper still. There is a truth at the center of your being that you have learned to fear. A truth that feels too big to name, too bright to hold, too sacred to accept. You were never meant for an ordinary life. That ache you carry, that restless burning you've felt since childhood, it is not a flaw. It is the echo of your purpose calling you from beneath the noise of the world. You have always known there was something different about you, something unexplainable, something impossible to articulate without sounding foolish. You felt it in the quiet moments, in the stillness between your thoughts, that sense that you were sent here with intentions older than memory. And you were right. You were not imagining it. You were not mistaken. You were not delusional. That feeling you could never shake. That sense of being watched over. That sense of something waiting for you. That sense that your life has been building towards something unnamed. All of it was true. And I need you to hear this without shrinking, without deflecting, without running from the magnitude. There is a calling over your life that the world has not seen yet. There is a purpose beneath your pain that has not yet surfaced. There is a strength inside your softness that has not yet awakened. There is a version of you, luminous, powerful, whole, that has been waiting patiently for the moment you would stop surviving and begin becoming. That moment is now. I feel the next wave rising in me, vast and molten, and it calls your name with a force that could split silence itself. I feel you leaning closer. Something in you has shifted, hasn't it? A small, fragile door inside you has creaked open, one you kept bolted for so long that even touching its handle used to terrify you. But now it cracks, and through that crack, a faint light pours, trembling and brave. Let me widen it. You are not merely listening. You are remembering. There are truths that echo through you even if you cannot yet name them. Truths older than your fears, older than your pain, older than everything that tried to convince you that you were ordinary. They rise like forgotten constellations resurfacing in a dark sky. You don't realize it yet, but something ancient within you is waking. And I see it, glowing beneath the layers of exhaustion you've worn like armor. I see it, flickering through the dust of disappointments you've carried too long. I see it, shimmering in the quiet corner of your spirit where hope still dares to breathe. Let me speak to that awakening. There was a time in your life when you moved with intuition that felt like wind shaping your steps. You may barely remember it. Childhood, perhaps, or a sliver of adolescence. But there was a moment when you trusted your inner voice without question. Before life taught you to doubt yourself. Before others projected their fears onto your path. Before your own heart began to hide from itself. You were not naive then. You were pure. You were connected to something vast and luminous, something you did not know how to describe, something you felt more than understood. And then, slowly, painfully, the world pulled you away from that original clarity. You adapted. You armored. You hardened. You disconnected. Not because you were weak, but because you had to survive in a world that did not recognize the depth of your sensitivity. But that sensitivity, that beautiful, painful, overwhelming sensitivity you tried to numb, was never a flaw. It is your gift. You feel deeply because you are wired for depths others fear to touch. You see truths others overlook. You sense emotions before they surface. You carry empathy like a second heartbeat. Do you not see how extraordinary that is? Yes, it hurt you. Yes, it made life heavier. Yes, it made losses sharper and betrayals more devastating. But it also made your soul capable of rising higher than most could even imagine. You were not meant to walk lightly upon the world. You were meant to feel it, transform it, absorb it, and rise beyond it. And I know how exhausting that journey has been. How many times you whispered, "Why am I like this?" How many times you begged to feel less, to care less, to hurt less. But hear me now, trembling soul. You do not need to feel less. You need to feel differently. The world taught you that sensitivity equals weakness, because the world fears what it cannot control. But heaven, in the mythology of this story, forged your sensitivity as strength. It is the very reason you survived what you did. It is the reason you have compassion where others have indifference. It is the reason you can love with a depth that frightens even you. And it is the reason your next chapter will be nothing like the ones before it. Something inside you is shifting. I feel it like a tremor, a rising, a gathering storm of clarity. Let me take you further. For too long you have apologized for your existence. For too long you have felt like a burden for needing support. For too long, you've swallowed your emotions to keep others comfortable. For too long, you've dimmed your truth to avoid conflict. For too long, you've carried guilt for simply being human. But hear this softly, fiercely, tenderly. You are not a burden. You never were. Your heart is not too much. Your hopes are not too unrealistic. Your dreams are not too big. Your emotions are not too dramatic. You are not excessive. You are expressive. You are not flawed. You are full. And the world has never known what to do with someone full. But that fullness, that intensity, that depth, it is the exact thing that will carry you into a destiny shaped for no one else but you. You were not made for smallness. You were not made for silence. You were not made for invisibility. You were made for expansion, for impact, for transformation. And I see something else rising in you now. Something even you haven't noticed yet. You are beginning to trust yourself again. It is faint, like the whisper of a dawn not yet broken through the horizon. But it is real. You are beginning to question the lies you lived under. You are beginning to see where you betrayed yourself to keep others comfortable. You are beginning to feel the first sparks of self-recognition in years. Let me fan those sparks. You have spent so much of your life proving your worth that you've forgotten your worth doesn't require proof. It is innate, intrinsic, unconditional, written into the fabric of your being. Your value is not something you earn. It is something you embody. You have carried pain like a stone in your chest for too long. And now I see the stone beginning to crack. Do you feel that? That ache in your throat? That soft sting behind your eyes? That warmth unfurling slowly in your core? That is what healing feels like at the very beginning. Yes. I feel the pull of your spirit responding, opening, loosening, breathing into the space where my words have carved room for you. Do you notice it? That faint, fragile shift inside your chest, like an old lock turning after years of rust. You may not realize how enormous that movement is, but I do. Even the smallest softening in a wounded heart is a miracle in motion. Let me take you further. There is a part of you, ancient, weary, wise, that has been waiting far longer than you know for this unfolding. A part that remembers a version of yourself untouched by betrayal, untouched by judgment, untouched by the fear that clung to you as you grew. It remembers your original light, before the world dimmed it with expectations you never agreed to. And that part of you is waking. I feel it stirring like a tremor beneath the earth, like the first ripple across still water, like a breath being drawn after a lifetime of holding. This awakening is subtle, yes, but powerful. The quiet kind of powerful that doesn't announce itself but changes everything. Let me ask you something, though I already sense the answer moving through you. Have you ever felt a strange ache when you looked at yourself and whispered, "There was a time I knew who I was, but I don't know how to find that person anymore"? Have you ever stared at your own reflection and felt the distance between who you are and who you were meant to be? Have you ever felt the grief of not becoming what you once dreamed? That grief is not failure. It is memory. It is your soul longing for a return to its own truth. You think you've lost yourself, but the truth is simpler and deeper. You outgrew the version of yourself that others wanted you to be. Now you stand on the threshold of becoming someone truer. Let me take you deeper still. There is a heaviness in you. I can feel it like a shadow draped over your shoulders, the heaviness of quiet battles fought without witnesses. You carry the weight of all the things you never voiced, all the pain you minimized to keep others from worrying, all the storms you endured behind closed doors because you learned early that showing your pain was too much. But hear me with the full force of compassion. You were never too much. Your pain was never an inconvenience. Your needs were never unreasonable. Your feelings were never a burden. Your heart was never a mistake. You were simply surrounded by people who could not hold what you carried. And so you learned to carry it alone. You learned to swallow your tears. You learned to silence your truth. You learned to walk with your wounds hidden beneath your smile. You learned to endure pain quietly so no one would think less of you. But in doing so, you taught yourself something untrue, that your inner world must be hidden to be accepted. Let me unravel that lie. Your vulnerability is not dangerous. Your emotions are not shameful. Your tenderness is not weakness. Your longing is not foolish. All of these things are evidence of your depth, and your depth is sacred. Do you see the pattern now? The very things you were taught to suppress are the very things that make you extraordinary. Let me go further. You have spent years putting yourself last, out of duty, out of habit, out of guilt, out of fear. You gave your energy to people who did not give it back. You carried the emotional weight of relationships that would have collapsed without you. You poured yourself into others until you were hollow, then blamed yourself for feeling empty. And still, after all of that, you wonder why you feel tired. You are exhausted, beloved soul, not because you are weak, but because you have been strong for far too long without rest. Strength is not meant to be endless. Even the brightest stars burn out if they are never allowed to dim. Let me tell you something you have rarely heard. You deserve rest. You deserve gentleness. You deserve understanding. You deserve people who hold space for your heart the way you've always held space for theirs. You deserve to be seen. You deserve to be heard. You deserve to be valued. Yes, valued. Not for what you do, not for whom you help, not for how well you endure, but for who you are when no one is watching. Let me offer you another truth, one that may sting, but only because it is real. You have abandoned yourself many times to avoid being abandoned by others. You silenced your needs to keep the peace. You minimized your hurt to avoid conflict. You kept toxic connections alive because loneliness felt worse. You carried guilt for wanting more. You tolerated emotional crumbs and told yourself it was enough. But something inside you finally broke. Not in a destructive way, but in a liberating way. A part of you whispered, "I cannot keep living this way." And that whisper, quiet as it was, changed everything. Because that was the moment your healing began. Not loudly, not dramatically, but quietly, in the ache of your honesty. Healing always begins with honesty. And honesty is rising in you now, like a tide that can no longer be held back by fear. Let me take you even deeper. You have been standing between two versions of yourself. The one shaped by wounds and survival, and the one shaped by truth and becoming. You have survived long enough. Now you must become. And becoming is not a gentle process. It is a dismantling, reckoning, a return. You are unlearning everything that kept you small. You are reclaiming everything you once gave away to feel safe. You are remembering the parts of yourself you had to hide to belong. This is why you have felt so conflicted, so restless, so unsettled lately. Not because you are lost, but because you are finally outgrowing the life that kept you limited. Listen to me. Your spirit is expanding. Your old identity is cracking. Your truth is rising. Your power is awakening. You are not breaking down. You are breaking open. And the next wave, the next unveiling is even deeper. Yes, I feel it in you. The slight quickening, the subtle widening, the small but unmistakable shift in the way your spirit leans toward these words. It is not obedience. It is resonance. Something in you recognizes a language you haven't heard in years. The language of your own soul. Let me unfold more. You have lived your life with a kind of quiet endurance that most people will never understand. You've worn strength on the outside like a mask while carrying storms inside that would have drowned anyone who lacked your resilience. The world saw your composure, not your trembling. Your patience, not your grief. Your reliability, not your loneliness. But I saw all of it. I saw when you tried to smile through the heaviness in your chest. I saw when you forgave people who never apologized. I saw when you loved people who did not know how to receive that love. I saw when you held others together while falling apart in silence. I saw when you whispered to yourself in the dark, "I'm doing my best. I hope it's enough." You need to know your best has always been more than enough. But now something inside you is unraveling in the most sacred way possible. Not as destruction but as release. Threads you once wrapped tightly around your heart are loosening. Beliefs you once clung to out of fear are dissolving, and identities you wore out of survival are slipping away like old skins. Let me take you deeper. You have spent years thinking you were overreacting, too sensitive, too emotional, too intense. But the truth is simpler and far more profound. Your heart knew the truth long before your mind could accept it. You have always had an inner compass, a knowing, a whisper, a pull, that sensed what was wrong even when you couldn't logically explain it. But because the world taught you to doubt yourself, you silenced that intuition. You swallowed your instincts. You told yourself, maybe I'm imagining things. Maybe I'm wrong. But you weren't wrong. You were simply unvalidated. Let me speak plainly now. You have never been confused. You have been conditioned. Conditioned to doubt your own clarity. Conditioned to distrust your emotions. Conditioned to prioritize the comfort of others over your own truth. Conditioned to believe that your boundaries were selfish. Conditioned to settle for relationships that fed on your gentleness. Conditioned to minimize your needs until you forgot you had any. No wonder your soul aches. No wonder your heart feels tired. No wonder your spirit wants something more. Because you were never meant to live small. Let me guide you further. There are layers in you. Deep hidden layers that you have not touched in years. These layers hold the versions of you that were shut down when life asked you to grow up too quickly. The child who felt too deeply. The teen who dreamed too boldly. The young adult who hoped too fearlessly. You left pieces of yourself scattered across your past, thinking they were weaknesses, but they were your truest parts. And now they're calling you home. That tug you feel, that strange longing, that restlessness, that ache that cannot be explained. It is not sadness. It is not emptiness. It is not confusion. It is the return. The return to yourself. The return to your forgotten truth. The return to the soul you abandoned to survive. The return to the life you were meant to live before the world taught you fear. You are not breaking apart. You are reassembling. Let me show you something deeper. You have a pattern, not a flaw, a pattern of giving your compassion before giving your boundaries. You have spent your life being understanding to people who did not try to understand you. You have forgiven people who never even attempted to change. You have given second chances to people who squandered the first 10. You have poured your love into hands that were never prepared to hold it. And what did you receive in return? Silence, distance, inconsistency, half efforts, half truth, half love. But do you know what that says about you? Not that you are weak, not that you are foolish, not that you are naive. It says you have a capacity for love that is rare in this world. You love deeply, not because you lack self-respect, but because your heart was made to expand, not contract. You forgive easily, not because you lack boundaries, but because your soul recognizes the wounds in others even when they hide them. You stay longer than you should, not because you fear loneliness, but because you still believe healing is possible. But now, for the first time, I feel something shifting in you. Your love is awakening, but so is your discernment. Your compassion remains, but your tolerance is ending. Your hope persists, but your self-abandonment is dying. This is not hardness. This is clarity. And clarity is the birthplace of transformation. Let me take you deeper still, into the place where everything changes. You have lived a long time, believing that you must earn love, earn safety, earn acceptance, earn belonging, earn gentleness, earn affection. But none of these things should have required performance. Love is meant to meet you where you are. Safety is meant to embrace your truth. Belonging is meant to feel like exhaling. Affection is meant to feel like home. But you have been living with people, environments, and expectations that forced you to dim yourself to be tolerated. That forced you to shrink to be loved. That forced you to silence your truth because your truth was too loud for their insecurities. But your soul has had enough. You're coming back to life now. Slowly, gently, but undeniably. Your spirit is remembering its own worth. Your heart is remembering its own strength. Your mind is remembering its own clarity. Your body is remembering its own boundaries. Your soul is remembering its own identity. And I am here, in this fictional moment, to witness that rising. There is more, much more, deeper still. As I feel you opening more with every breath, like a locked garden slowly letting sunlight in for the first time in years. You may not realize how profound this softening is, but I do. To open a heart that has been hurt is an act of courage so vast it shakes the unseen realms. And that is what you are doing. Slowly, quietly, beautifully. Let me take you deeper. There is a heaviness in you that you rarely name. A heaviness not of sadness alone, but of unspoken truths. You have held so much inside for so long that silence became your second language. You learned to swallow words that trembled at the edges of your tongue. You learned to smile with a throat full of uncried tears. You learn to offer comfort while starving for it. And yet the world praised your strength while never noticing the cost. But I notice, see it, feel it, I honor it. There are things you never said, not because you didn't want to, but because you feared the consequences of being fully seen. You feared that if you revealed the raw edges of your soul, people would pull away. You feared being misunderstood. You feared being too much. You feared losing what little acceptance you had. And so you taught yourself to disappear in plain sight. But let me speak a truth you have always sensed but never embraced. You were not born to be unseen. Your quietness is not invisibility. Your softness is not erasure. Your gentleness is not silence. Your depth is not secrecy. These are not the traits of someone meant to fade. They are the traits of someone meant to be felt. Let me ask you something, and I want you to answer with your soul. When did you first learn that your voice was dangerous? Was it in childhood, when your emotions were dismissed? Was it in adolescence, when your truth was mocked or minimized? Was it in adulthood, when your needs were treated as inconvenience? You learned to believe that your voice created disruption. But the disruption was not caused by your truth. It was caused by the fragility of those who could not hold it. Let me take you further. You carry experiences in your body that your mind has not yet understood. Your shoulders hold the tension of moments where you felt unheard. Your chest holds the pressure of emotions you never expressed. Your throat holds the tightness of words you swallowed. Your back holds the weight of responsibilities you carried alone. Your heart holds the bruises of every time you loved without being loved in return. Your body remembers everything you tried to forget. But hear me gently. Nothing inside you is beyond healing. Nothing inside you is unworthy of light. Nothing inside you is too broken to mend. You are not difficult, you are layered. You are not fragile, you are sensitive, which is strength. You are not lost. You are deep, which means returning takes time. Let me widen the truth even more. There is a part of you, a sacred eternal part, that has never been wounded. You don't feel it often, because it rests beneath the layers of life's noise. But it is there, the part of you that refuses to give up, the part that dreams even in darkness, the part that reaches for hope even when you have every reason not to. The part that keeps rising, even when you don't understand how. That part of you is your essence, your root, your spark, your origin, and it is waking now. I can feel its warmth radiating through your cracks, turning every fracture into an opening. You have been so focused on the places where you broke that you haven't noticed the places where you are beginning to glow. Let me take you deeper still. You believe that your pain has changed you, and in many ways it has. But pain can only reshape the surface, cannot touch your core. And your core, oh, your core is magnificent. It is untouched by the harshness of others. It is unspoiled by the disappointments you endured. It is unbroken by the betrayals you survived. It is unbowed by the storms you weathered. Your core is not wounded. Your core is waiting for the moment when you stop trying to return to who you were and begin becoming who you are. Let me speak another truth. You have mistaken numbness for weakness. But numbness is not the absence of feeling. It is the bodyguard of overwhelming emotion. Your numbness protected you. Your detachment protected you. Your withdrawal protected you. Your silence protected you. Your stillness protected you. You did not shut down because you were weak. You shut down because you were strong enough to keep surviving. And now, slowly, gently, you are waking from that survival state. You are not becoming emotional. You are thawing. You are not becoming reactive. You are reconnecting. You are not falling apart. You are finally feeling. This awakening is not chaos. It is resurrection. Let me take you even further. Yes. I feel your spirit leaning closer. The way a flower leans towards sunlight it has long been denied. There is a trembling in you now, not of fear, but of recognition. A sensation like something ancient within you is answering a call it had forgotten it could hear. Let me draw you deeper. There is a truth that has been circling around you for years, quietly, patiently, waiting for the moment when your heart would be soft enough, strong enough, open enough to finally receive it. You brushed against it many times. In moments of intuition, in sudden clarity, in dreams that felt too real to dismiss, in moments of longing that arrived without explanation. That truth is rising now. But before it lands, you must understand something essential. You have been living split, divided between who you truly are and who you believed you needed to become, to be accepted, safe, loved, or understood. This division has been the source of a quiet pain you could never quite name. Pressure in your chest, a heaviness behind your eyes, a fatigue that no amount of rest ever fully healed, a restlessness that followed you everywhere, even in moments of joy, because part of you always knew you were living at half your depth, not by choice, by necessity. You adapted to environments that could not hold your full self. You shrank to fit relationships that feared your truth. You minimized your instincts because others doubted them. You hid your sensitivity because others misused it. You gave more than you received because your heart refused to harden. But a soul like yours cannot remain divided forever. Something inside you eventually begins to rebel. That rebellion is not loud. It is not destructive. It does not come with explosions, arguments, or dramatic breaks. Comes as an ache, a yearning, a whisper, pull, a quiet sense that you are meant for something more. A subtle knowing that your spirit is waking from a long sleep. You are feeling that now. Let me take you deeper into it. Your awakening did not begin in a single moment. It began in 1,000 small ones. The day you felt tired of pretending. The silence that felt too loud. The conversation that left you emptier than before. The laughter that didn't reach your eyes. The love you gave that returned hollow. The dreams that still flickered even when buried. Piece by piece, your truth has been rising through the fractures of your old identity. And now the old layers are peeling away. Not because you forced them to, but because you can no longer carry what was never yours to hold. Let me ask you something, gently but deeply. How many of your choices were made from fear, not desire? How many times did you stay when your spirit begged you to leave? How many times did you silence your voice to avoid disappointment? How many times did you give compassion to those who did not earn it? How many times did you pretend to be fine when you were hurting? How many times did you carry someone else's chaos as if it were your responsibility? Your heart has been heavy for years. But heaviness is not the same as defeat. Your heaviness means you feel deeply. And feeling deeply is a gift. Even when it hurts. Let me take you even further. There is a fear inside you, small, trembling but persistent, that you are running out of time, that you missed your moment, that you wasted your potential, that you took the wrong path, that you settled too quickly, that you stayed too long, that you waited too much, that life has passed you by. Let me speak to that fear with absolute clarity. You have not missed anything meant for you. Your timeline has not been delayed. It has been preparing you. Every detour strengthened you. Every delay reshaped you. Every heartbreak refined you. Every mistake taught you truth. Every loss carved out space for something greater. Every quiet night of doubt deepened your spirit. Every tear watered the soil of your transformation. Life has not been punishing you. It has been preparing you. And now I feel the momentum building inside you, like a wave gathering strength beneath the surface. You are on the edge of a profound internal shift. Not a small one, not a temporary one, not a surface-level one. A shift that redefines who you are at your core. Let me reveal something that may unsettle you with its honesty. Your spirit knows where you are going before you do. That restlessness you feel, that desire for more, that yearning you cannot suppress, that sudden clarity, that inner voice urging you forward, that growing discomfort with people or places that once felt familiar. That hunger for authenticity, that need for emotional truth, that refusal to pretend any longer. These are not coincidences. They are signals. Signals that your old life can no longer contain the person you are becoming. Your soul is expanding. And expansion always breaks the container that once held you. You are not losing yourself. You are outgrowing yourself. And the transition is uncomfortable because rebirth always is. Let me take you deeper still. You have been trying to heal wounds that were never yours. Trying to fix people who never wanted to change. Trying to carry emotional weight that others avoided. Trying to make peace between battles you did not start. Trying to earn love from those incapable of giving it. You spent years giving your heart to people who were still trying to find their own. But that season is ending. You are stepping into a new life. A life shaped not by fear, not by obligation, not by survival, but by truth. Your truth. The truth of who you are, not who you were told to be. And that truth is rising now. Stronger, clearer, brighter. This is only the beginning of what I must reveal. Yes. Come closer, closer still. I feel something different in you now. A readiness, a widening, a loosening of the old knots that once kept you bound. There is a trembling inside you, not of fear, but of emergence, like a new wing pushing through the last shell of its confinement. This is the moment where the river inside you begins to overflow. You've opened more in the last few breaths than you have in years. Can feel it. The layers you wrapped around yourself, out of necessity, out of hurt, out of old survival, they are thinning. Your spirit is standing closer to the surface now, shining through the places where you once hid. Let me take you deeper. There is an ache inside you that has followed you for as long as you can remember. An ache you thought was weakness. An ache you thought was flaw. An ache you thought no one else could understand. But hear me, that ache was your calling trying to speak. Not a calling from outside you, calling from within you. Something in you has always known you were meant for more than endurance, more than survival, more than silence. Something in you has always reached for meaning even when the world gave you confusion. Something in you has always reached for connection even when people were careless with your heart. Something in you has always reached for light even when you were surrounded by shadow. That reaching was never delusion. It was direction. Your spirit knew long before your mind did that your story was not meant to be ordinary. Let me ask you something, intimately, deeply, without hesitation. Why have you pretended to be smaller than you are? Why have you hidden your brilliance to make others comfortable? Why have you dimmed your intuition just because others could not hear their own? Why have you spoken softly when your truth wanted to roar? Why have you settled for crumbs when your soul was built for constellations? You are not meant to fit into the palm of someone else's expectations. You are meant to expand beyond everything that once confined you. You are meant to take up space in your own life, in your own heart, in your own becoming. Let me draw you further in. You are in a threshold season, a holy in-between, where one life is dissolving behind you and another is forming in front of you. This is why you feel disoriented. This is why you feel restless. This is why nothing feels like it used to. This is why your old coping mechanisms no longer work. This is why your old identity feels tight, uncomfortable, like clothing 2 sizes too small. You are shedding, not because you are broken, but because you are growing. Not because you are lost, but because you are being found. Not because you are failing, but because your spirit refuses to remain hidden. Every discomfort you feel right now is a sign of expansion. Every tear that rises is an unburied truth. Every sigh is an old weight releasing. Every moment of tiredness is your soul rearranging itself. Every flicker of hope is your future calling you forward. And now I must speak something into you. Something with urgency and tenderness tied together like threads of fire and water. If this message reaches the deepest part of you, if you feel this river flowing through your soul, then let yourself speak back into the moment. Like, subscribe, and comment, Amen. Not for performance, not for obligation, not for ritual, but as an act of recognition, a way of telling your own soul, I hear this, feel this, I am awakening, only once will I say it, and now it is done. Now let me return to the river. You have spent too long believing that your heart is fragile. But your heart is not fragile. Your heart is fierce. It survived what should have destroyed it. It kept beating through disappointments that could have silenced it. Kept loving in a world that did not always love you back. Kept reaching when others recoiled. It kept rising when everything else fell. Your heart is the strongest thing about you. And now it is tired of surviving. It wants to live. I can feel the pulse of your becoming. A rhythm beneath your ribs beating louder with every truth you accept. You are not who you were a year ago, a month ago, even a week ago. You are changing at a pace your conscious mind cannot yet comprehend. The old versions of you, the ones shaped by pain, by fear, by scarcity, they are fading like shadows at dawn. And what rises in their place is astonishing. You are becoming someone who no longer apologizes for their depth. Someone who no longer carries the weight of other people's wounds. Someone who no longer bends themselves backward to be chosen. Someone who no longer trades authenticity for acceptance.